Oh, that's awful. So I have been live on OBS streaming for an hour and a half. But it didn't send to YouTube because there was another button to press. Perfect. That's a massive beans and completely my fault. But I have the recording at least, so I can throw that up if anyone's interested, but that's a terrible way to stream. Why am I not surprised? Perfect, that was supposed to be live an hour and 20 minutes ago. I have been running it in OBS. It has not sent to YouTube. So the fact that anyone is showing up is amazing. Well, I'm learning, maybe. I don't have enough score already, so this is... Yeah, it happens. But I thought start streaming would start streaming, but no, there's also a go live thing. I'm trying this vampire build, and it is, as expected, not very good, but it's kind of interesting. Score is a problem. Joker setup is a problem. Everything is a problem. So there's no way I can make this now because the jump is still massive. There might be time for a different seed. I think this could have gone further with better place. I even have a bean in here for hand size, but it's not good enough. I could roll back to a save, or I can go do another seed, because this is over. Is there a solution in here actually? So this is a tricky setup because we need so many jokers to make this work. If there's a delay I can fix that as well, because surely that's a setting. But where is that setting? Also, thank you for telling me, because I don't think I would have noticed. Just gonna look at that now. There is no stream delay on, but what if I turn it on and set it to 0? Is that gonna be better? No, it defaults to 30. Okay, so it's off there, but there's probably another setting that I haven't seen. Apparently other people have this problem as well. Maybe that's just the problem with OBS sending it to YouTube and then out to live, and I could have maybe like streamed directly on YouTube without a program in between. Would have been better. That's actually just because I have mods now. Wow. I can actually just do this and nothing terrible ever happened. But now I am here. We have a bean. It's not good enough. I know that. So we can dig for something else. But the bean is 3 hand size. If I find a troubadour, there's still only 2. So that also doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, people are not expected to know all the settings off by heart, but I don't see how I go further with this vampire, though. We have to do something else. Like, either it has to be earlier on. Because this seed, while being cool, we have a negative Midas mask, which is amazing. Because we need that to make all the cards gold and then feed them to the vampire. He eats only gold. But we need the vampire, we need something for hand size so we can score with the Baron and Mime. I got these negatives, which are very useful. A negative Brainstorm, a negative Baron. But I also need the Burglar, I need reactivates. Like, there's too many things to fit in. So realistically I'm going to need like a Perkio, whatever it's called, Observatory Seed, for example. Or maybe a AAA seed would work as well. I think we just do a fresh start. And the choice is, do we do Ghost deck or do we do... Just try the Black deck as well, like one more Joker slot is useful. But is it going to be the thing that saves the terrible vampire? Yeah, it's great. There's several natural negatives in that seed. Like the Baron was natural, the Midas was natural, the Brainstorm I did with the tag, I think. And then I used one Ectoplasm, which maybe I shouldn't have done, because I then needed the hand size to score higher. Well, let's try another one while we're... Don't know how long I'm gonna be live for now. We'll see if it lasts. Just expecting this to explode in many spectacular ways. As long as it explodes in a fun way, it's fine. Because this is another like crazy seed where if things go as planned, we have a double soul coming up. Surely I can get a flush here, throw away the pair. Or can I? I know less hands to play. 5 would have been cool, but a flush is just enough with 300 score. It's 14 off, perfect. Then I draw a house instantly, right? But this early on is not really a problem, it's just it's nice if we can score in one hand. Okay, so everything is wrong. Like, I'm glad I have you here as tech support. How is this so bad? I set the game when I did the stream scheduling. But not now. My YouTube is telling me excellent connection, at least that's a good sign. Gaming, game title, Balatro. What if I set it to something else? Let's pretend we're playing Peglin. And then we change it back. Yeah, it's just hilarious how so many things can go wrong. Everything is a problem. So in the YouTube thing I've set it to Balatro, and OBS I don't think I have that setting, but these are things that I will have to look at in between. Do we care, like... Do I need a Joker for score? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let's just get anything. Because that voucher early on is fantastic. But then I need 10 cash monies, which maybe I can make, we'll see. So we have the flush, but we need to now throw away like that, so we have a better multiplier. It's pretty good, but it's exactly enough money, perfect. Because I'm definitely going to need that later, like that's... If I had that in the other run, basically every seed I play, I never find those. They're super rare. Why, I don't know. So now we really only need to play hands where we don't have any low cards in hand, so... I mean, we have this, 7 is probably fine. Or 14 even, never mind. Even better. But if I don't have the cash now, which I don't, and there's also the vampire, right, problems. Because I need to buy these two, they both should have a soul. Just check what they have anyway. This is the tricky science part where we need to... Because you were $2. Perfect, I'm 1 off. It's an easy fix for that. Let's go again. So how do I now make $10, have a joker to live? That flush was actually not good enough, so... What if we try for just like a house or something again? Jack would have been a... Let's just see, it's just one of these would be a house. Is it that good? It's just I need the cash as well. Because if I can't afford the dudes... Or do we just skip this? Like, if it's such a strong seed, maybe I don't need the voucher. Or we can, like, force the voucher later with a tag or something fancy. But what do I do for... Do we buy you? Like, 20 multipliers, definitely enough. But then I also spend my cash. Let's just get you, skip the voucher. Because now we can just play... 3 of a kind. So hopefully I can draw 4 of a kind. But we still only want to do 3. This should be fine. We keep the cash. We have a tiny amount of interest. Burglar, we don't need you yet. We need you in 1,000 years. I'll pick the 7s maybe. Or just play this. But I mean, a double legendary has to be good, but it's also how you use it, and it might not be used very well. I don't know what I'm doing. But like, this is fantastic. This is a Perkio, the best boy. And in here we have then... This is AAA, I imagine. Yes, and they are both negative, okay. I see. That is crazy. And we can just do... I'm just gonna do this. And we print a tiny amount of cash. So you are kings and queens. Right, that's a very specific thing to play. Hopefully we can find at least 2 of those. And we just play that and it should be fine. 840, perfectly calculated. So now we need to also make kings and stuff. Did I have any notes on this? I should do. So the vampire I forgot to pick up. It's always something. Do we have him later? We do have him later. This one is worth more. Fine, get me the interest. Why this? I'm gonna do this and see if we have something cooler too. No, not really. Let's get this in instead. Those we can use. Very easy plan for what to play at the very least. If the cards exist. Oh wait, he doesn't work if I do that. But I'm not here to play as the strong seed, I'm here to do unspeakable things to the vampire. Feed him gold until he explodes. So where are we in this? Should be a hermit somewhere. Perfect. Now we can print cash. I mean, I'm going to be doubling my one Balatro dollar now, but... Guess we play another just random hand to get rid of things. So I need 3 of a kind. Preferably with the queens, because they were cool. Or use this. This is terrible. It's not even good enough. Blowing up this seed is spectacular. 38 margin, like, Jesus. But I still think it's worth to do this. To have that. We need to find some, like... I could use about 20 blueprints right now to do things. Do I just buy this? I mean, it's $4, why not? And we have the multiplier queens at the very least, so reactivation is actually going to help. Is it better to just, like, it's going to do nothing, right? It's really only... Like, I'm always debating playing hands I'm not spec'd into, but they will in fact just not do anything at all. We need that queen. There we go, perfect. And this also just runs through a cool negative legendary, so that's fine. Should also, like, I mean, the vouchers are good, but I need the cash as well. And I can't just waste these because we need to be perfect. That is useful. Don't really care for this. Now we have the cash. And we can print more. Just gamble on another dude. Not gonna help. Could bring a banana for good luck. Or we could just go. Not like I'm gonna find anything else here that helps, I think. That's the wrong button. Recording is the last thing I do in the day currently, and it's a terrible setup. It's just misplay after misplay for a million years. And it's like Ante 3 with a double legendary setup. Sure, whatever I do is going to be fine. It's going to be carried anyway. It's just not a good sign for the future. Just have this as well for the sake of max interest. You can become a queen actually with the strength. That's not bad. One more card we can use. Also just bring random stuff for more cash, hopefully. Another hermit. Or just make more kings. I don't think... Just more cash is more good. Some wise man once said. Probably. Definitely not me. Doesn't work for his debuff. Perfect. We got to throw away some force at least. Nice. I mean, 2 queens is still enough, I suppose, because of this. Throw in a 2 because why not? But how do we solve... Because the thing I'm trying to do is to set up the Midas vampire combo. And here I am in a seed. I don't have either of them. In many cases it will take a while to find them. Like Midas in this I think is in 5 maybe. If I miss that it's in 15. So like... I'll bring this as well. It's just... We have enough cash that matters. Don't think I care for that queen thing. This guy. A fool. Nice, so we can do this. Get another one. Cash. And fish. Problem is I don't really want to accidentally multiply one of these because it's not going to be as good. I mean, this is fine. Am I ever going to play a 9? Not really. Queen. What are you on? Ace. But I'm thinking it kind of has to be a Perkeo seed. Because if I'm also going to fit in a Baron, a Mime, a million retriggers, all that stuff, like there's no room. It's just not gonna happen. But with Perkeo and Observatory and retriggers, then all we need is the Midas Vampire. Because we can use the retriggers both for Observatory stuff for score and for playing many hands with the Burglar. So that's the like 5 jokers or more that I need. So like it's not free, but it's more manageable. Also maybe an invisible boy around here somewhere. Free hermit, why not? Gonna have to sell all the useless stuff once we get around to using him. Let's just do this to make sure we duplicate what we actually want. A golden card maybe, why not? I might as well use these. Because they do no good just sitting there. Queens are helpful at least. We can discard some 2s. Maybe more cash is more good. Golden card. 2 queens. That's still fine. Didn't even look at the score last time because paying it. Like I know what the problem is. The problem is me. Not paying attention. Like even now, I don't have a million other things to do, but I'm still not paying attention. It shouldn't be that hard. So what can we find that helps? Like, I like taking things just into the packs. I can spend them. Parking might be good later. It doesn't do anything now. No tarot cards. Because if we have, I mean, no, I don't need that. Let's do this. Use you. We can also try this. Fish for something maybe useful. Or not. Just go with what we had anyway. -1 hand size is probably fine. Probably some 9s. At least I'm very, very lucky with the queens. But I'm missing the big goal. I've done like quick research on this. I know there's a Midas in 5, and it's not super deep. No, I think we do this. Do we gamble on the shad, or do we just literally go for the double negative? I'm just gonna roll the dice. 2 legendaries, 1 shad. We get the shad. We can cheat that, but I'm just gonna let it be because I need to explore the seed anyway. And I have already missed literally the most important piece. But now we have room for dudes. Well, that's a good thing. We have cash as well. More cash. It's not a photo shad build, it's a photo trib build. And now it doesn't matter that I can play 5 now, because I threw away that guy. But the jacks don't count for him anyway. Never mind. Well, at least we have margin now. I can't ruin this. I mean, watch me, but... Midas. Nice. But we don't have the vampire, so you are essentially useless. Where's the vampire in here? He's like 7,000 cards deep. There's also one in 7. Okay. So can we go deep enough for that already? Because that would be fantastic. But with only 2 cards, I don't have cheaper rerolls. Like, it's just unrealistic, right? Is that the Midas I had? Or was there another one? Just fish. If I'm gonna have to redo this anyway, I might as well dig in C to get you back. This is always useful. Yeah, but now I'm blowing all the money on things I don't need. Where's that dagger in the list? Not even on the list. Cool. Or am I just... It's a negative popcorn. That's one of the best ones I could imagine. No, this is a million times deeper than I thought. Okay, this is then not the way to do this. But we can get some golden cards, you're right. They are important. And we also get this, like, so we have a cash combo. So that was the main, like, stupid thing with the lucky cats thing. Like, you make all the money, the negative dice, but you can't spend it, so what's the point? So now we just want to play 5 face cards, ideally. We can play 4. I'm gonna say that's good enough. And they're going to be made golden cards anyway, so this doesn't matter, right? Yeah. But now we're really printing money. We're printing money with the golden gold double shad combo. Not what I imagined I would ever play. Male, Perkio. But then I need to actually decide, do we go for the vampire? No, that's too far. It's gonna have to be 7. But we can get another one of these guys. I also haven't looked how deep the observatory is, which is also a voucher I've literally never find, so I haven't even played. Like, I'd say the 2 most common builds, the Photo Shad and the... that was stupid, should have looked at the boss ability. Sure, I'm just gonna bank on I'm getting more face cards, but no, that's not gonna happen with this. Let's just play these 2. I could have played 4. Greed slapped me down to 2. It's also not enough. Brilliant. And it's gonna throw away the jack, right? Yep. Surprisingly hard game if you're terrible. But that's, again, it's entirely on me, so... But it's not enough as it is. And I don't have anything else to play with this. I don't have a flush, I have 4 cards. So whatever, we have to just... I have to redo this anyway and get the vampire, so... Let's say that this is on purpose. It's tragically bad. But cool, we have a fantastic seed. We just play the first thing. I said whatever it was. At least now I know one or two things. So I think the half joker made sense just to have some kind of score. To make sure I can't just go full gorilla mode. It's nice to have viewers who are not just angry that I'm awful, because they're gonna be disappointed a lot of the time. And now I don't spend the money because then I'm not gonna have the money for the actual good things. And it's better to buy a consumable later than now because we still have the interest. We don't have to do queens here as well. 7s are fine. 9s are fine. Now we pick up these guys and the vampire preferably, if I have the cash for that. It's gonna cost 17, perfect. Actually calculated. So I won't be able to afford a consumable then, but that's fine, that can wait. We get the... Yeah, I'm hoping that's the point as well, that like... It's not fun to watch like a robot play it perfectly all the time. But it's also going to be frustrating if it's played terribly all the time. So I want to land somewhere in between, like be vaguely competent sometimes. Not all the time, because that would be too much. And then we get the Midas in here. Soon. Wherever he was. 5. But where am I going to find now 78 million blueprints to re-trigger this vampire out of his brain hole? Do this. Print something could be better, just do the pack, maybe find something more useful. Throwing away a straight, just to play face cards. We're going to run into the plant as well, also at the perfect time. Just make these cool queens again. Also fed the vampire, so I can't play the cool queens. Nice. We don't need that much score. Still need enough. Fine. Barely scraping by. So now what I've done instead is I have set myself up so I can't get the hermit like this. There's always something. But that's not worth going back for just the hermit, like whatever, just live with it. Print more cash later. Although more cash sooner would have been good. Because interest and all that. And also buying things that matter. I think again I just throw everything away. Because I'm thinking I could play a flush, I could play the straight, but it's not gonna matter because it's not a good enough hand. And then we get the 2 pair, of course. It's also not gonna matter much. Do this. It's like an investment in feeding the vampire a bit. Not that he's ever going to be of any useful score level, but if we got 854 that time, we will get slightly more this time. That's fine. Cutting it close. But now I need to print cash more than I need to do anything else. Perfect. We can also boost these guys, why not? And you will eat any enhancement. Fine, okay, we might as well have just a golden ace as well. And this is worth because reactivating things is good. And $31 is good for for the interest. We don't have the Midas yet though, so this doesn't really matter. We still get extra AAA, I suppose. I could have just played the Jack to feed the vampire. Now he's gonna want to live, not super ruin everything. We have a good card. This is worth picking up, for sure. I might as well just get this more cash. Keep temperance. Make more face cards. Still counts, right? It's an improvement of sorts. And the Midas was in 5. These guys shouldn't need you anymore either. Okay, but now we actually have the potential to set this up. So the vampire sadly is pretty bad. Not as bad as me. But we feed him like a full hand of 5 cards is half a multiplier. So it's like, it's pretty tragically bad. Those are cards I want. I'm gonna do this just because the death card is good. What are you on? 4. So even if I do find... The Midas is going to be easy to find. But we then also need... Gonna play a trash hand to find something else. We need a burglar. We need score somehow, which realistically is going to be Baron Mime or something like that. That's already a lot of Joker slots. And I also don't know if I can use ectoplasms because that will lower my hand size. So it's tricky. Okay, that's some cash cards. That's nice. I think I still keep the 2 temperances here because I want to print money more than I want to do most other things, I guess. But I also need death cards to make more kings and stuff. And it doesn't actually matter what type of king I make because we will just make them gold and eat the buff anyway. So even just a regular trash king is fine. Ideally he would have a red seal. Play a terrible hand. I could have made 2 kings, but I want to see if I can draw 1 more to play. We can play 5 things. Even though I don't have the Midas yet, but if I train myself to play the correct hand now, maybe it won't be a disaster later. Who knows? We also definitely don't need the half-eaten dude anymore. But what would I replace you with like this? I think maybe we just hold on to the cash. Do a little bit of a gamble. Find a cool tarot card. More food for the vampire. Some cash. I don't know, like I might as well play a scoring hand instantly, but I can throw away some 2s and whatever as well, that's fine. We're not really feeding him much, but he's soon going to land on a diet of only gold. I don't know how he's going to survive off that, but it's not my problem. There's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. A fool for more cash, very nice. And just steal up a dude. And I said I was going to hold on to my cash, so... Or... Wasn't there an invisible joker here somewhere? Because that should be worth to bring. But it removes negative from the copy anyway, so maybe the shad is better. Like, I'm not gonna... able to do anything spectacular with an extra trib anyway if he's not negative. But now we can get the Midas and we can get this rolling. It's just... still need Showman, we need... all the blueprints in the universe. And it wasn't even that deep here, I think, the Midas. But don't blow all the money. So these guys are still interesting, because there's going to be a negative tag at some point. And having doubles often means we are more likely to land on a joker that's going to matter. And it's good to have that extra negative shenanigans to work with. Because it's not that easy to force many negative jokers without just ruining yourself in completely new ways. All these things to play, no Midas to play them with, so not super useful. But I think I can grab him now. I don't want to blow all the rerolls. So now, like, I definitely don't want this. But we're going to have to just gamble here. That's... that's the game punishing me for trying to cheat the invisible joker. We get an invisible golden ticket. Or is that just... yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Whatever. More bugs is also a good thing. Because it's more interesting to have a ruined golden ticket. Question is, what do we bring now? Do we just sit with this, or do we wait for the next ante where we have the Showman? I think we do. You save some cash. Should be blueprints and stuff coming up also at some point in the future. And now we have the Midas. You need to be before the vampire though. And have you guys here just so we see that everything works out the way it's intended. Perfect. And we can play the perfect hand. Bam. Half a multiplier. Super worth. So one thing I'm thinking about now instantly as well is you are all face cards. You are specifically kings and queens. If we want to play many hands early on, it would have actually been better to play jacks, because then we don't get the super score and we can play like 3, 4, 5 hands maybe, and we can boost the vampire further. And then later when we need the score, we can maybe copy 1,000 strength cards or death cards, and we can make the jacks queens. But that's going to require a lot of planning as well. I am going to bring you just in case. That way I have no excuses. I should have just left him. It's one of my favorite boys, the gardener, when we're playing a face card build. I have now also read the boss ability. That is generally advised, but we have the perfect hand anyway, so it's fine. Okay. So here we have a Showman that I need to pick up, and there's also maybe a blueprint, although it's deep. we get a reroll voucher as well. Very useful. Showman, fantastic. Gonna throw out my guard. I should have just thrown my second. Because these are now useless. Of course they are, because the vampire eats the gold. So we can literally never use the tickets. Perfect. So I think I'm gonna just keep this for a while because it's nice and bugged. Then I'm just gonna replace him with an egg or literally anything else of value. I think we can actually make it to a blueprint here. Egg. $4 to get a... That also doesn't work. Has that been patched? Because I have been able to buy him and replace... Get a free reroll out of him before. But apparently not any longer. Or is it because of mods and stuff? I'm not using any mods to change up the game. I have a save state and I have speed up thing, and that's it. Let's do this and we can make more cash. Just to play a few rounds in between. Course. Nice. Every little extra bit of money helps when you're planning to dig through the entire shop. If I played 5 jacks here, the score would have been nothing. So I think that might be the way to really super science this up into a big vampire. So I'm suspecting that I will have to go back. Photograph. I just really don't care for that kind of setup. Do we keep the golden ticket just because it's cool? How about yes? And we stick you on Perkio. Because we can't double Midas or any of that stuff anyway. Planets is something I just always forget as well, even though they are super useful. I'm gonna keep doing this, because then I can play other cards and feed to the vampire, which is nice. Used to have that option. And we can now clone 2 cards. Wow. Could also... That's another thing to take note of. There is a double tag. They are very useful. Can do this. Because this should not be enough score, right? No, good. There are other ways to get around playing more hands. Do I keep that just in case I draw another 8? Like, of course I drew another 8. But now... we are more in the business of just doing this. 5 kings. Perfect. And it doesn't really matter where I stick you now. You might as well stay on Perkio here so we get a slightly faster hand played. Big scores. Very cool. So was I looking for something else here? I don't think so. Just like useful cards. Madness, always tempting. Especially when I have like the juicier jokers I have, the more tempted I am to just roll the madness. Might as well keep the death because it's realistically more useful currently. Reserved parking, probably also good in this setup. Get a steel card, we can spend it in here. A new person, cool. How are you doing? I'm trying to do Midas vampire things terribly. Specifically terribly. You can just... more cash again is Fantastic. And then I think we just go. Playing a pair. Can maybe avoid that. So we have the combo. We also have a broken golden ticket that I need to remember to throw away because it does nothing. But the problem now is too much score because the seed is too cool for the game. So playing 5 cards, which we need to play with the Midas to boost the Vampire Man, we get a score that's too high. But those are things that we will have to go back and fine-tune, probably. Now we're just exploring one of the spiciest seeds in the universe. I have a showman, so I would really like to dig for more blueprints and stuff, because they are the key to everything. You're lucky you missed the start, it was a train wreck. But now we're doing, like, we have the combos set up, we have strong jokers, so like, that part is fine. I don't know if a mime is not bad, but does it matter now? Surely not. More blueprints means we can print more things with Perkio, we can get the deck rolling faster. They're just so deep all the time. An egg. Also tempted by the egg because it's just such a silly thing. Why would you bring an egg? Hermit is fine. Let's use this guy so we don't dupe the wrong things. Perfect, more of these things. So we need to also get this towards... I mean, I should see what's in here also. We need to move towards... Could nuke all the jokers. I mean, why not? Blue seal is fine. But that's not something I don't want to play. Stick it on the 3. We don't need the planets now. But they're going to be relevant later. Let's do one of you guys. In fact, I'm just gonna spend more of them. Because we will need the kings all the way through. But it's also, if I want to play more hands, I need to not use face cards now, but Midas only works with face cards. So a jack would be the chosen one. Natural negative is always amazing. Not going to be the most relevant. So we have a burglar already, but I can't play enough hands. And I also need space for him. It's like, I think I now just do this. Just for potential future negative tags. If we can just get a double tag or a couple rolling. Actually, I don't need that. Another blueprint. Okay, now we're cooking with blueprints. I need to also look that we don't... Like, we're going to guarantee to be running into the plant at the worst possible time. That's just the way he likes to roll. We have 5 kings. I think I should still also do... I'll save them for other cards. It's more worth. And the blueprints and stuff now, it doesn't matter because we can't re-trigger this combo anyway. And the score is fine. Veins are nice. So I did try to save this with beans earlier. Because at some point we're going to need a big hand size if we're playing with Baron. Which I'm assuming I will do later. Now I need to spend some death cards also. That's very easy to do. Just so we can get around to printing some cash. Because when you're going for very stupid builds that I like to do, like this, we get half a multiplier for a full hand. So it's going to be a hard dude to boost to any relevant multiplier. Like, I'm hoping I can get him to 100 at least, but realistically it needs to be more than that. We can go down an ante, which is good. We don't need the hands now anyway. And later we will have a burglar. I could also get a sock and buskin in here. To re-trigger some things. A wheel. Midas is the chosen one. A disco Midas. Looks amazing. Extra good next to the wacky misprint. So now we are back in this previous shop. If things work the way I think they do. Meaning we can go even deeper. DNA maybe? But then again, what would I throw? It has to be you. But we don't need you now anyway. We can make more cards. That is definitely useful. It's like figuring out how to balance all these things. We need infinite cash. We need infinite blueprints. We need to play properly and don't die. So this guy. Good for score. But it's also not going to do anything with the combo that I'm going for. But we can remember that he exists in 7. A sock. And we can reroll as well, which is very helpful. So there's no way this is 35,000, right? No, good. Just bring in some... Well, I mean, I should just make the kings and spend the cards I have. Because this is also tricky with managing the card printing. Because if you want to print specific cards, if I had like 50 death cards laying around, I would never get another temperance. And I'm not certain what I need most from where I am now. And also, what's going to happen to the vampire when he's on a diet of strictly gold? That has got to be horrible to eat. And we're also doing awful things to the face cards. Because the way I see this... Let's just use you. When we make them all gold, it's like we're pouring liquid gold over them. Burning them to a crisp. And then we let the vampires snack on the remains. Pretty spicy. Very spicy for just a nice, wholesome card game. With crazy combos. I'm impressed by the game, at least. It was one of those things I wasn't even sure I was going to buy it. But it's been great. Can we actually reactivate you? Yes, okay, cool. I can that I can do. There's an opportunity I missed, or just learned. If we want a positive spin on it, I saw a thing, and I did it maybe correctly. I'm also used to always digging for, well, not dig too hard, but some tarot cards that we can spend in the packs, because that is useful also. Let's make sure that some of these dudes are different suits. Actually, I can reroll the boss blind once, it doesn't matter. We are nice and safe from that one specific problem. And now we flip you. Don't think I care about the bigger blind. And we do this. Bam. And now it doesn't really matter what we do, I might as well just make some more kings, because this is what we're going to live off. Make another spade one also. Then we could, I guess, just for fun, see where we land on a Mosh 5. So now I have some margin for error at least, which is nice. 3 billion. But I was told this is one of the best seeds. Realistically, that's out there. So if there is one seed I can push to do the vampire madness, it should be this one. But I might have to come back and do some more research into this and like do it properly. Take notes on the things I've forgotten already. Use the wheels. They're cool. How about this? Get you back. And also buy cards, because I'm assuming I will be able to get a burglar in here whenever it's like relevant. Now we can also just do this and we can make even more kings. It's up to 8.4. But I think it's going to have to be a jack into... With DNA it's even easier to do, because we can just clone the jacks, and Perkio will then clone the cards to make the jacks. Kings or queens later. What am I even digging for now? More Arcana cards. I also need to keep the showman like this. The hardest part is the joker management. So that's why... If we could get an observatory, so that's another thing I need to look up. Should also write down. Right. The jacks are not gonna matter now, there will have to be a redo. Let's just flip you so we remember. Because deck management is still perhaps the most important thing here. We have a Baron also, but that just seems crazy. But it's still better to play them than to have them in hand with this guy, right? Because 2 is more than 1.5. It's like a bigger multiplier, unless I'm missing something. Retriggering with mime and that kind of stuff might change the math. You have also max cash from jokers, which is nice. Going to be such like, I wonder what this is. Should have looked where the gold one was. Can play one more hand and find out. Actually, this is gold, this is the vampire. But now I only have one hand. But we should still get these 5 dudes to AAA. Without reactivates is still more than enough, so it doesn't matter. Tiny amount of margin as well. Okay, this is good news because that's the prerequisite to whatever it's called. Observatory, that's the one. Do some fishing, more Arcana cards. Invisible Joker's always fun to gamble with. Maybe Showman will set me up with something spicy that I'm not supposed to have. Okay, more things. We don't care if they're golden. They're gonna become golden anyway. Take careful any of those. We do this again. Well, I had 69 cards, maybe that was the chosen number. So I already have way more than I can play. But if I like, I could play 2 or 3 cards now and not score out, right? That's still fine. So that's also something we need to start doing. And if we can do that already, we can also get the burglar in here about now and do all the fine-tuning. Spectral card is also nice. But since we can still see our cards in there, I want to bring... I mean, I already have. I guess we actually do this now. And an Emperor, because why not? Because now I have so many cards, more than I can actually play. I mean, let's purge some of them that are not going to help. And a retrigger is fantastic. Not going to matter now, but for later that's perfect. I could have gotten a second DNA. I don't know what I would have thrown out. Because this is still the constant challenge that we need not all of these things, but we need most of these things. That might have been a good rare. Never know. We definitely... do you. And now, I mean, I don't have that many hands now, but we can try... What if I play 2? That's fine. Yeah, we could probably play like 4 or something. And we can start making... These dudes. Would have liked to have an aura on them as well. To get like the perfect card before we clone them all. But a bigger deck is more good. Okay, at least I'm learning the things I need to do better next time. Don't want to gamble on cloning something I won't use. I think we honestly just move on. Hopefully we have more than spades. I don't need to use the DNA anymore, really. It's better I just play like 3 dudes and boost the vampire, because that is the goal after all. Yeah, so 3 is fine. And that's going to go down as he goes up in multiplier, but yeah, that's still fine. Good enough margin. And we can just make more of these. It's not, it's... I have the discards, actually, it's better not to waste them. We want to make red seal guys. Over anything else. Because we need to start planning early for all eventualities. Oh, cool, then I will actually... Minus 1 discard is fine for now. And I don't actually need that guy either, and we can get ideally a blueprint, a burglar. There is a burglar in here. Mr. Bones, probably a dude I should have along more often, the way I play this. More blueprints. That also means more printing these guys. Perfect. And I did buy that, so I am right. That's because I'm now in the other shop. I remember. Maybe. Now I have too many cards to keep track of, so let's just use some of them. Wait, I already said I can play like 3, maybe even 4. Except not now, it's going to be... Let's just try it. No, we can play 3 once. Now I don't really know what we have in here, which is interesting. And dig for all sorts of cool things. I mean, that is now a strong setup with him, but we don't need that now. Do this ante and then I'm stopping, I think. Because now I've learned a thing or two. Next one. More dudes with seals. But this seed has potential. I'm just not sure if it has more potential than an observatory seed. It is an observatory seed. Cool. This is the one. Problem solved. I just looked at the... This is something we could have also used for cash. Not in this run, but in any sort of cash experiment. And I just need to do setting up properly for the observatory. I'm also gonna have to do the jack strat next time. Throw them away first, use the real dudes. Do it properly. And we'll just play this. Or do I get that now because I went down an ante or two? No, but that's also fine. Cool. We're stopping here though. Thank you for watching, the people who showed up. And I have learned both how to do the stream better next time, and also hopefully to do